And now, News Channel 10's 24/7 local weather first alert forecast.
Well, good Monday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Shelden checking in with you after what's been a pretty wild weekend of weather. We're going to start with a bit of a recap and then kind of transition into what we expect for Monday and this upcoming week. So weather headlines over the weekend from Saturday right around 7:50 in the evening. After looking at everything, we did have a couple of tornado warnings. The National Weather Service did conclude that an EF0 tornado did touch down near Osage in 24th, causing a little bit of damage. It had 85-mile-an-hour winds packing inside of it and close to about a quarter mile of a track that this storm took. So it was on the ground for a very short period of time, but still did a little bit of damage, had some very strong winds. But overall, one tornado was confirmed in Amarillo city limits, EF0. So very, very weak, but one did touch down. Had another tornado warning on Sunday, but as we know so far, nothing has been reported as touching down. Now let's take a look outside this morning, downtown Amarillo. As you can see, some low-level clouds out there. Some patchy fog might be possible in some regions this morning as winds are nice and calm and humidity is nice and high. Now we are seeing right up in Borger right now, it says 30%. That's a bit of an anomaly, getting kind of a misread from one of our stations up there. But everyone else, you'll see 96 here in Amarillo, 100% in Hereford, Pampa, Guyman, Liberal. Those are going to be areas that we watch for maybe some slight patchy fog this morning, but should be clearing after the sun comes up. Looking at your satellite and radar at the time of recording, seeing the last of any overnight showers, still kind of working their way through kind of the western ends of the region, but seeing generally cloudy skies left behind. Now, in terms of flash flood watches, warnings, everything like that, so there's still a flood advisory over the Canadian River area north of Amarillo. That's in effect until Tuesday morning. One of the more interesting things, you see that lime green right there stretching up through kind of parts of Deaf Smith County, Randall, and Potter counties. That stretches through Hereford, Amarillo, and Canyon. That is a flood warning that is in effect until Friday. So the entire work week, we have a flood warning in effect for Amarillo and Canyon. So watching for basically any rain that falls, probably going to be causing some flooding concerns, so we're going to have to watch that very carefully. Let's look at today, our rain chances. There's those cloudy skies from this morning, those rain chances thinning out, going into about the mid-morning hours, more cloudy skies. This afternoon, we're starting to see the possibility, very much like what we've seen over the past couple of days, just pop up little scattered showers here and there. Expecting some heavy rains, of course, maybe some small thunderstorm warnings. Now with these, with the way the dynamics are working, we can't count out the possibility of another little spin-up or landspout tornado like we saw over the course of the weekend, so we're going to watch for that possibility. So far, we're not seeing any strong indicators that it could happen, but it is possible, so we want you to be aware if you see any watches or warnings popping up. But right now, we're not seeing anything that just absolutely points to a tornadic risk, but the possibility exists. You'll see those little storms pop up, much like they did over the course of the weekend. They start to thin out pretty quick by tonight. We see a pretty quiet overnight period, and going into your Tuesday morning, more cloudy skies ahead. Now let's look at your day track forecast for your Monday today. So we're going to be kind of looking at that noon to 3 to 5 p.m. kind of time period, and then we start to see just kind of cloudier skies move through after that. Our daytime highs here in Amarillo today are going to be in the low 70s. Let's look around the region as a whole. 71 here in Amarillo. We'll see some high 60s, maybe low 60s in places like Clayton, while some of you off towards the east, maybe a little more sunshine pokes through the clouds today, and you see some high 70s. But other than that, going to stay a little bit cooler because of all that cloud cover we have in the atmosphere. Let's take a look at your 7-day supercast because rain chances kind of up and down a little bit. You'll see we're really kind of eyeballing maybe parts of today and Wednesday as kind of your highest chances and highest probabilities for any severe weather. And then you'll see every other day besides that, 20 to 10% chances. And well, maybe actually sometimes going into this weekend, we might actually see some quiet periods start to move in as you start to see winds turn out of the southwest. That could indicate slight drying. If that occurs, that could start to kind of maybe kill those rain chances down just a little bit. In the meantime, though, what we're going to be watching for is so much moisture in the atmosphere. All it takes is just a little bit of lift. We start to see some rain chances. So keep it locked here to News Channel 10. We'll be keeping you up to date all day long with anything we expect for the start of a brand new work week.